everybody, welcome to the Hacienda Rivet here. How y'all doing? This is Christmas, no, it is New Year's Eve, and we are making some delightful Japanese food. We're making Okonomiyaki. A couple weeks ago, my son and his fiance came over to visit and brought us a bunch of good Japanese ingredients. Some of which were okonomiyaki flour, this delicious furikake, I guess, gadget cat from the future. It's teriyaki bonito flakes, seaweed, and all kinds of other good stuff. So I decided I'm going to make okonomiyaki. Now, okonomiyaki is a Japanese style pancake whose main ingredient is not only the pancake batter, but chopped cabbage, which I have a bunch of this off camera. Okonomo, or okonomi, in Japanese apparently means everything you want or everything you like. And yaki is cooked over heat or cooked over fire. So okonomiyaki is everything you like cooked over fire. So, alright, I'm going with that. I like lapchung, Chinese sausage, so we're adding that. I got some tiny pre-cooked deveined shrimp, which are thawing out. I like that. We got some scallions. I like jalapenos. We're going to add that. We got the sliced ginger. I have from my miso soup left over some more bonito flakes and this hondashi base, which we're going to use that. Now the recipe calls for water to make the batter, but as I researched this online, I found out that people recommend that you use dashi, this umami soup base. It just adds a lot of flavor to that. So we're going to do that. And I got some Kewpie mayonnaise, and I did some research last night on that. That is made in Japan. It's a Japanese original. And why do you have to have this over American mayonnaise? Because Kewpie mayonnaise is made just with egg yolks, not with whole eggs as in America. And it utilizes MSG, which American mayos do not. And it is made with only apple cider vinegar or rice wine vinegar. In the United States, they use whatever vinegar. So it's got a little darker color and apparently a much different flavor. And I will tell you folks, I have never tried that in my life that I know of. So we're going with that. Let's get started. In a skillet with a little bit of water, I'm cooking up the sliced lapchung and thawing out the shrimp, which we're then going to chop up nicely. Instead of water in this recipe for the batter, we're going to make dashi. And here I have some water coming up to warm up. You can see the little bubbles at the bottom stuck. Now we got a little dashi powder, which we're going to mix up. And we'll turn this off. And then we'll set it off to the side to cool. And apparently this brothy tasting substance, which is delicious, adds a whole lot of umami to the okonomiyaki. And I'm going to put a link on the upper right hand corner to the miso soup I made here a couple months ago utilizing this stuff. So check it out. Okay, so now we're going to make the batter. So I got this packet which had 2 cups of it, and so I'm using 1 cup, so we're going to make half the batch. To that, we're going to add 4 beaten eggs, and you can beat them to the inch of their lives if you want to. Then we got this dashi sauce that I made. Let's get this stirred in there. Okay, and now let me go ahead and whisk it up. We got a whisk here, and let's make the batter, so join me in a bit. So we got the batter made up, and it's got a nice consistency like that. Alright, so we're going to add the stuff that we like. Start out with the jalapenos, de-seeded, deveined, and chopped. We're going to put most of those spring onions in there. Can't forget, I chopped up the shrimp and left the lapchung in those little slices, and we'll stir that up first. Now we're going to add the cabbage. So we got that pile there, and we got this pile there, and let's mix that up real well, and I'll show you what it should look like. And here we are. Perfect consistency, just the amount of cabbage. I've seen them make it with a lot more cabbage and a lot thicker, but this is, I think, the way I want it. So let's go ahead and start cooking it. Alright, I got the skillet over medium heat with some butter and a little bit of olive oil, and so now we are going to make the okonomiyaki. Now, I have never made this before. I'm just copying what I've seen on the YouTube. So this looks about right. Apparently you want to kind of get it close to the edge of the pan. This is a good size one. So let's call that that. That's about half the mix. And now we're going to cook it until it seals up on the bottom and gets nice and brown. Well, this is looking easier than I thought, because you can see that it's already very nicely slidey, and it's released from the bottom, and I've already peeked. You can tell over here it's getting nice and brown. Now I will tell you, I am not even going to try a flipping with the skillet like I can do pancakes. No, hell no. We're going to get one of these and something else, and I'm going to flip it over off camera, and join me in a bit. Okay, here we are. It flipped over actually fairly nicely. Took me a wooden spatula and a plastic one without too much damage. There was a couple pieces of greenery flying through the kitchen, but I'll pick that up. At this point, as it cooks, we're going to add the Japanese barbecue sauce, which from what I understand is extraordinarily similar, if not identical, to okonomiyaki sauce. And I love this stuff, and I gotta hand it to Sal over at the Root Boy Cooks. About a year, 2 years ago, he's the one who turned me on to this, and this is about my third bottle. This is great stuff. Okay, so we're gonna continue cooking. Okay, once this baby is cooked, what we're gonna do for presentation is we're gonna put our plate over top and just flip it over like that. Oh my goodness, it smells delightful. Woo! Man, that is pretty impressive. Oh, this is delicious. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Ow, Jesus, that's hot. But anyway, yeah, so we put more barbecue sauce on top, like that. Next thing is the Kewpie mayonnaise. We want to do that slightly elegantly. Now, elegant is a subjective verb, so I'm going to call that elegantly. Actually, looks kind of like Japanese writing, doesn't it? Okay, so now we got furikake, my favorite gadget cat from the future. This guy is teriyaki bonito. So it's got the little handy dandy sprinkler thing. So we're going to be very generous with that. Okay. Alright, then after we got that, we've got seaweed. We got the teriyaki flavored seaweed packet that gotta have that on okonomiyaki. And I've eaten one of these tubes by themselves. I love it. I really like seafood. Okay, so then we got some more bonito flakes. This is left over from my miso soup. So we're going to add that because we can. And who doesn't like bonito tuna? And you can see them dancing, just like they said. The steam from the heat. Okay, and so what else do we need? Oh yes, a little bit of greenery for garnishment, like so. And of course the chopped sliced ginger. And that is just so gorgeous. It smells like roses, actually. And that is just so pretty. This is a gorgeous dish, first of all. It smells delicious, and it's full of the stuff I like, which, you know, you can't beat that. It's foreign, which is, heck yeah, I like foreign foods. And, okay, so let's dig in and try it. How's that? I'm going to take a picture first. All right, let's dig in. First off, I want to say that this kitchen really smells good. The combination of flavors from the barbecue sauce, the bonito, the ginger. Ooh, the ginger. Oh, what's there not to love about ginger? Okay, so I'm going to cut me a slight little wedge so I can get a little bit of everything, I guess, in my mouthful. And, okay, here goes. Let me try it. Everything I like. Okay, this is a pretty big mouthful. Can you see it? I'm going to put that ginger back on there. Can you see it? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Mmm. 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 Oh, people. The umami. Oh, the ginger. The lapchang. Let me say this about that. Lapchang sausage goes perfectly with bonito flakes. Oh my goodness. If you've never tried pickled ginger, you are missing out on some of the flavors of this planet. That, my friends, is deliciousness in a jar. And you don't even have to like ginger a whole lot. It's very different from the pungent raw ginger that you got. The shrimp in there, of course, shrimp doesn't have a huge flavor. Very nice. The cabbage, wow. That adds such a nice mouthful of crunch. And of course, cabbage is, you know, not particularly pungent, but it goes well with everything. And let me tell you, this with the mayonnaise and the Gadget Cat from the future, the teriyaki flavored bonito, highly recommend that. Thanks, kids, for sending me that, because that combined with the regular old bonito flakes just adds another layer of flavor. I love this. I've got another one to make, which I'm going to make, and I'm going to put it in the fridge and eat it tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Y'all take care.